A few weeks ago, Legacy Motor Club announced that they would be switching manufacturers from Chevrolet to Toyota. And now that affects Jimmie Johnson, the co-owner of the team, who also has driven a few select races this week. But before we get into that, before we get into the details of that story, literally 5 minutes ago, right before I set up to record for this video, I made a poll. Go to the community post thing and go vote on a video you want to see later this week. It's going to be a diecast review. You have 4 options of which one you would like. It's the Jeff Gordon final win, the Dale Jr. 2013 Man of Steel car, Kevin Harvick's 2014 Chase car, and then the Jimmie Johnson Madagascar car from 2012. So go vote on which one you would like to see. I will do that later in the week. I'm not sure which day yet, but I will do that sometime this week. So go vote whichever one you want. Go click on the little vote feature, click vote, put your vote in, see how your car is doing. But we'll do that later in the week. That'll be fun. Don't get to do a lot of those, so knock a couple of those out hopefully during the off week. But back to this news story, Jimmie Johnson in a Toyota. It sounds extremely cursed. And it's sounding like it's gonna happen. The president of TRD, also known as Toyota Racing Development, David Wilson, he was on a radio show this morning for Sirius XM just talking about NASCAR, Toyota, whatever they were talking about. And then this quote came up.
100%. Yes, you will see him in a Toyota. That will be very moving and emotional for me personally, professionally, for Toyota. Now, I'll let Jimmy fill in the blanks, but I will just say that Jimmie Johnson will be racing a Toyota Camry before he is done as a race car driver.
So yes, Jimmie Johnson, 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, who has driven since 2002 in NASCAR. Well, 2002 to 2020. Took some time off in 2021, 2022. And then came back to NASCAR for 2023 part-time. Has only driven Chevys. He drove for Hendrick Motorsports from 2002 to 2020, won 7 championships, 83 races with Chevrolet. He will now be racing in a Toyota. Well, it's not too big of a surprise because, of course, the Legacy Motor Club switch from Chevrolet to Toyota. It's still going to be weird. You cannot deny that it will be weird when next year rolls around and Jimmie Johnson runs his part-time schedule, however many races it's going to be, in a Toyota. He's going to be number 84, I assume, still. Like, seeing him in a non-48 car was weird enough as is, but, it's the same number as, it's still Chevrolet, it's different, but still Jimmie Johnson, still a Chevrolet, still the 4 and the 8, just flipped. Now it's going to be a new level of weird. Jimmie Johnson, obviously, as I said, known with Chevrolet, known with the 48s, Lowe's. I mean, it's going to be extremely weird to see him in a Toyota. I remember after he retired from NASCAR, or he was doing his retirement tour, he was talking about how, would he come back to NASCAR? He said, maybe, I don't know, but I would love to drive for Hendrick Motorsports. It's the only team I've driven for. Like, if it were to be my decision, I would want to stay with Hendrick, drive with one team for the whole career. And it seemed like he was holding true to that. He went and raced IndyCar for a bit, did some endurance racing. Obviously, we just saw him at the 24 Hours of Le Mans this past weekend. So he has, he's done a variety of stuff outside of the NASCAR world. And then last fall/winter, Jimmie Johnson, it was announced out of nowhere that he would become a co-owner at Legacy Motor Club, or the former Petty GMS team, and then they would eventually be rebranded to Legacy Motor Club, and that Jimmie Johnson would be running a part-time schedule in 2023. So far, he has run the Daytona 500, the COTA race, and the Coke 600, and I think he also plans to run the Chicago Street Race here in a couple of weeks. So it's not a surprise to see him back in NASCAR, I don't think. And it's definitely not a surprise that he stayed loyal to Chevy, stayed loyal to that manufacturer. Like, if he went back to, like, Penske in a 4th car and he wasn't a co-owner, that would have been random. That would have been weird. That would have been way out of nowhere. But the fact that he co-owns the team, it's still Chevrolet. It's not that out of the ordinary. It's not that hard to believe, I guess. But with Toyota, it's not hard to believe. It's not weird. It is weird, but it's not like way out of whack. Like, he still co-owns the team. It's a business decision to go to Toyota. They think they're going to be faster. They think they're going to have a better opportunity at Toyota. That's the whole reason they're going there. They've been struggling this year. There's a lot of Chevy teams that are prioritized over them. Like, it's not that hard to believe why they're going to Toyota. It's not that hard to understand, I should say. And now Jimmie Johnson, it looks like he's going to be driving a Toyota in 2024. That is going to be extremely weird. I don't know which races he's going to be going. As you heard in that quote, David Wilson's going to wait for Jimmie Johnson to decide when to go tell people which races he's running. If I had to guess, he'll probably do the Daytona 500 again, maybe the Coke 600 again. If NASCAR is truly going aggressive with their schedule, any first-time events I would assume he'd do, like if NASCAR truly does go to Canada, I would guess that Jimmie Johnson would want to be a part of that event. So we'll see which races he runs next year, but Jimmie Johnson in a Toyota is going to look really weird, whether it's his fire suit with the little Toyota logo right here, whether it's the 84 car with his name on the door or above the door, and then the Toyota on the front end of it. It's going to be weird, but it's going to happen, it seems like. So Jimmie Johnson not quite done with NASCAR driving yet. It still seems like he's going to want to run part-time next year. And he is indeed going to be in a Toyota. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Short little video, I know, but, felt newsworthy enough to share. So we'll see if there's any other news this week. I expect it to be a calm week since it's the off week, but you never know with NASCAR. So no race this week, but we will have one at Nashville in a week and a half, Nashville. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.